guys, welcome back to my channel. So today is going to be my second weekly reading vlog of March, and I am so dedicated to doing these weekly reading vlogs. I'm gonna try really hard to stay on top of it because I really liked how my last one turned out and you guys seem to really like it too. I don't know if this is gonna be like something I do forever, but for right now, I'm really enjoying it. Currently, I am reading Song of the Dead by Sarah Glenn Marsh. This is the second book, the sequel to Reign of the Fallen. This is a duology. I read the first book in January for my reading booktubers favorite books video, and I really liked this. It is a YA fantasy. It is about mages, and the main character is a necromancer, so she brings people back from the dead. She is also bisexual, and in the first book, she met a girl and they kind of had like feelings for each other, but there were extenuating circumstances as to why they couldn't be together. So I'm very excited to see how their relationship develops in this book because they have the potential to be my favorite female-female relationship in any books. So yeah, this is what I'm going to be reading. I also just got a book in the mail. I had pre-ordered this, but for some reason it came super late, but that is Queen's Shadow by E.K. Johnson. This is a Star Wars book, obviously, about Padme, and I am so excited to read this. I think of all the Star Wars books that have come out and that I have read, this is the one that I am most excited by, closely followed by Master and Apprentice, which comes out in April. Actually, I think in April I'm gonna do like a whole week of reading Star Wars books because I have a bunch on my TBR that I need to catch up on, and I think I'm gonna start with this one because chronologically I believe this comes first in the timeline of all the books that I own. Let me know if that is something that you guys would like me do a whole video on. It's not gonna be a readathon. It's just gonna be something that I'm doing myself. I'll let you guys know when I'm doing it, so if you wanna like read Star Wars books at the same time I'm reading Star Wars books, y'all can do that. But yeah, so I actually don't know how much I'm gonna be able to vlog this week. I'm gonna try my best, but I do have kind of a busy week. I have a heavy workload with school, so we'll see how it goes. Song of the Dead, and I loved this. I'm trying to decide if I liked the first book better than this one. I honestly feel like it's a toss-up for me because I think I liked the plot of the first book better than this one, but the first book, the like romantic relationship was it was more setting the groundwork for it, and they weren't like a couple yet, but in this book they were a couple and they had so many just amazing moments. Odessa and Meredy have definitely become my favorite female-female relationship in any book I've read. I just loved them so much. Also, there was a newly acquired adorable pet. So in the first book, Meredy has like a bond with a grizzly bear, because that's part of her mage powers, is that she like magically bonds to an animal, and hers is this adorable grizzly bear named Lysander. And then in the second book, Odessa like adopts a pet dragon named Nipper, and Nipper is like the cutest thing ever. And then like Lysander and Nipper would play with each other and they were friends. It totally gave me like How to Train Your Dragon vibes, which I loved. So even though the plot in this, I mean the plot was still good, but I think I enjoyed the plot of the first book more. I think that the romantic relationship and all of that development was a lot better in this book. Or not better, but just different, because it was more romantic, whereas in the first book it was just kind of like building up to that, you know? So I did give it 4 stars. I think I gave the first book 4.5 stars. Overall, this is a really great duology, and I highly recommend it if you are looking for a unique, fun YA fantasy series with a lot of diversity, an amazing female-female relationship. It's just all around great. Can't recommend it enough. Now I think I'm going to start Sleeping Giants by Sylvian Neuvel. This is a sci-fi book that is told in case files. It starts with this little girl who one day is like riding her bike and she falls into this crater that turns out to be this giant metal hand. And then 17 years later, she became a physicist, and she is a part of this team of people who are all gathering and researching these artifacts. It's told through case files, so I think I'm gonna try to get the audiobook for my library. A lot of people, when I talked about this in my TBR, said that the audiobook is a full cast. So that's what I'm gonna start reading. So I wanted to show you guys my TBR cart and kind of how I organize it and what is on it. So this top row is my current TBR. Those are the books that I have left on it. Then this middle shelf are all of my physical arcs. I feel like you guys might be surprised to know this is literally all I have. I don't have a lot of physical arcs, mostly because I prefer e-arcs. So if I have the option to get an e-copy, I will take that. I just personally don't like physical arcs. They just take up space and then I have to figure out what to do with them afterwards. I know, total first world book reviewer problems. Super annoying. But yeah, so these are the ones that haven't come out yet, although I do have some February ones that I haven't gotten to yet on the side. And then the bottom row are my newly purchased / acquired books. I just keep them there for a little bit so that I can try to read them right away or put them on a TBR soon after I purchase them, so they don't just get like lost in the mass of my shelves. So yeah, pretty simple how I organize it, and it works really well for me. Especially I like keeping my arcs on here, because then at the beginning of a month when I'm making my monthly TBR, I can just move whatever comes out that month up onto the TBR, and it works really well. And I can also see like what I've purchased recently and put that onto my TBR. And I have an entire video of me talking about this cart and building it if you want to watch it. Y'all, today has not been my day. I had this whole plan. I was gonna go see Captain Marvel and I was gonna go book shopping. It was gonna be like a fun day. I was gonna vlog all of it. Things just kept going bad for me. I had a test in one of my classes, so I went and I took that. I was ready for this test, all right? I knew my shit. And I get in there into the testing center and I'm taking my test, and part of the test was like an essay. So I wrote the whole essay. I went and I clicked submit, and the computer shut off and my entire essay was deleted. And on top of that, I couldn't retake the test because like in the program it only allows you to take the test once, and it thought I had already taken the test, so I couldn't retake it until my professor like went in and like rebooted it for me. I don't really know what he had to do, but he had to do something. And so I have to wait for him to do that. I couldn't retake it again today. I have to wait because he wasn't responding to my emails. So basically like I already was like freaking out about that. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go see Captain Marvel and just chill. It'll be fine. So I go see Captain Marvel, which was freaking bomb. I loved the movie. But I stupidly thought it's like 1 o'clock on a Tuesday, no one's gonna be at the movie theater. Wrong. The movie was pretty much sold out and the only seat left was in the front row. I was just determined to see it, so I was like, okay, I'll just take the front row. It's fine. Big mistake. The movie was great, but I literally was just so close. I was like watching the movie like this. Like everything that happened, I had to turn my head. So yeah, that was not the best. But yeah, the movie was great. I loved it. And Brie Larson, I'm in love with her. And then I was gonna go book shopping, but my car wouldn't start. Which was like really frustrating because I had this problem with my car a couple months ago. It just kept not starting. And I bought a complete new battery, and it's only been 2 months since I bought the new battery, and now it's like not working. So it's obviously a different problem that now I have to figure out. So I had to call like roadside assistance and have them come jump my car. But I am so proud of myself because if this had happened a year ago, I probably would have been having a panic attack in my car, crying, and I would have needed somebody to come get me. But like, I've been working on my anxiety and doing therapy and all of my things, and I handled it so much better than I ever could have in the past, and I'm really proud of myself. Like, I called roadside assistance, which phone calls give me anxiety to start with, and then I had a strange man come to a dark parking lot to jump my car. That would have given me like so much fucking anxiety, but I dealt with it. He was very nice. The whole drive home, I was just like paranoid that my car was just gonna stop. But I just handled it fine. Like, there were no tears. I didn't panic. I was very calm and collected, even though on the inside I was dying. So yeah, I just wanted to say I had a horrible day, but I'm really impressed with how I handled myself, because had it been a year ago, I would have had a complete, total anxiety-induced panic attack. So now I'm just gonna relax and like treat myself. I'm gonna watch Good Girls, which if you're not watching Good Girls, what are you doing? This show has kind of become like unintentionally my brand. More people DM me about this show than literally anything else. So yeah, I mean, you guys should watch it. Season 2 just started. The first season's on Netflix. It's great. Yeah, I'm gonna watch that, take a bath, do some like self-care. Okay, so I went through my young adult shelf, and these are all the books I have decided to get rid of. So I'm getting rid of all of my Cassandra Clare books. I just feel like the window of opportunity for me to read this series is just gone. I've read City of Bones and City of Ashes, and I didn't like either of them, and I know that they're like her worst books and she gets better, but I honestly just don't see myself ever reading her books in this Mortal Instruments world. It's just too much. I'm too far behind. The time has come and gone, and I have all of them in hardcover, which is just a waste. Then I'm also getting rid of the Lunar Chronicles. I need to go get the first 2 books off of my red shelf because I'm gonna get rid of those too. I just know I'm never gonna finish this series. I have mixed feelings on it. Whenever I'm reading it, I love it, but then as soon as I stop reading it, I couldn't care less about it, so I don't see myself ever reading it. Pretty much all the rest are books that I have DNF'd left, so I just don't really see myself giving them a second chance, so I might as well just get rid of them. And I think that next week I am going to do like a come book shopping with me, and I'm gonna take all these books to Half Price Books and sell them and buy some books, and it'll be fun. I always love making those videos, and you guys seem to really like watching them. That's gonna be a good time. So I just finished Sleeping Giants, and I really liked this. This is now the second book I've read this month that was in kind of an interview format, and I don't necessarily know if it's my favorite way to tell a story. I do think that it worked well for this type of story, but I found that I had the same issue that I had with Daisy Jones, where this type of format just kind of makes me feel disconnected from the characters. Didn't really care that much about any of the characters in this book, but the plot was super fascinating. Basically, like I said, these like giant metal objects start appearing all over the world, and it turns out they have been like buried for thousands of years, left by somebody for us to discover. And so this group of scientists and military are working together to figure out what it is. I did enjoy the kind of mystery aspect. There's a lot of mystery surrounding who the narrator is, like who the person asking the questions. So that definitely kept me interested. There's also kind of a mystery just around like what the objects are and where they came from. I definitely think that listening to the audiobook was the way to go for this. I don't know if I necessarily would have liked it as much had I been just physically reading it. I think it might have been a little bit dry, but the audiobook was a full cast, so it really brought the characters and the story to life. There was also just like a little twist at the end, which I enjoyed, and it definitely has me excited to pick up the next book. I think ultimately I am going to give this 4 stars. I definitely feel like this is more of a concept and plot driven book than character driven, and even though I'm more of a character driven story type of person, I still really enjoyed this because I think the concept is just really unique and cool. So I think my vlog is a little bit on the shorter side. I don't know. I haven't edited it all together yet, but I'm gonna post on my Instagram story asking you guys for like some juicy questions that I can answer later. We'll see what comes in. Okay, actually almost forgot to come back and answer the Q&A questions. I've been watching a bunch of movies and it's now like 1 a.m. I haven't even looked at them yet. There might be nothing, who knows? All right, let me go look. Oh, yay, there's a bunch of questions. Okay, first question. We're getting right into it. I told you guys to send me juicy questions, and it looks like y'all delivered. The first question is, have you ever had a crush on anyone on BookTube? I don't think so. Honestly, I don't ever get crushes on people. I think the last time I had a crush on someone was like high school. I'm the type of person that like I can't like somebody as more than a friend until I'm actually friends with them. And then by that point it's like, well, I fucked up because we're friends. Never read again or never write again. These are hard. By the way, I'm drinking chocolate milk, just in case you're wondering, because I'm a child. I think never write again, honestly. That feels crazy to say as an English major. But if I could never read again, that just sounds so depressing. I think I'd pick never write again, but that depresses me as well. A lot of people, like the hot topic question that I would say 70% of these questions are people asking me if I'm in a relationship. Sorry to disappoint you guys, or maybe it's not disappointing, but I'm not in a relationship. Another person asked when my last relationship was. Like 4 years ago. It's been a really long time. I don't really like relationships, if I'm being perfectly honest. So somebody asked what my dream job is, and then another person asked what do I want to do after finishing college. They kind of tied together. I want to work in publishing. I would love to work in like marketing or publicity in publishing. If we're talking like dream jobs I know I'll never get, I have always wanted to be an actor, but I'm not confident enough for that. A lot of people ask me about my bras. Maybe it was because the picture I posted on Instagram. They're all from Target. Target is great. I love Target. And they have really cute bralettes there. Worst date I've ever been on. Oh, you know? Okay. The worst date I've ever been on was actually my fault. It was the first date I went on with the last person I was in a relationship with, actually. I hope he doesn't watch my videos. We went out to dinner and then we were gonna go see a movie afterwards, and I don't even remember what I ordered. I think it was something super basic like chicken nuggets. And like the second I took a bite of the food, it was like immediate food poisoning. I was so sick. I probably left the table to go to the bathroom like 10 different times. It was a nightmare and I felt so bad, but he was like really great about it and like walked me back to my place and was super sweet. We missed the movie. I think we'd even already bought tickets, which I felt horrible about. But yeah, he was really great about it, but that was horrible. I wanted to die. I was so embarrassed. I never wanted to see him again. And then we ended up dating after that. So it all turned out fine, I guess. The worst date I've been on that was like the person was the worst date. I went on a date with this guy who was a coworker. And I should have said no when he asked me out, but I really was like put on the spot. And I felt, in the moment, I felt like if I had said no, it would have made our like working relationship weird, because we worked very closely together. So I said yes, making it very clear that we were just gonna be friends. Let's just say he was like a grade A creep. The things that he said to me on this date, I don't even want to repeat. He was disgusting. He actually later got fired for sexually harassing the women that we worked with. So, I mean, he got what he deserved. Ooh, okay. Juicy question. What popular booktuber do you not watch? Honestly, none of them. I don't watch a lot of booktubers, to be completely honest, and the ones that I do watch are smaller booktubers. Actually, I do watch Kat. I love her writing videos. A couple of people asked where I get my clothes. I pretty much get them from one of three places. It's either Target, Goodwill, or Savers, some kind of thrift store, or my parents' closet. I wear a lot of my parents' clothes, mostly my stepdad. I feel like 90% of the clothes I wear are men's clothes. Are you out as bi to your family? To the people that matter, yes. I'm not out, but there's some family members who like, they don't need to know. I'm just by nature a very private person, so there's no reason that some of my family members would ever even know or need to know. What's a book you'd burn and have no regrets doing so? November 9 by Colleen Hoover. Oh my god, that's fucked up. If you've read that book, then you know why that's kind of fucked up, but I'm not sorry. What's the steamiest romance you've ever read in the best or worst way? I think the worst, I don't even remember what it was called. Seven of Swords. I read it during the last round of Smutathon and it was just really bad, and I have a conspiracy theory that it was written by a man who was pretending to be a woman. I don't know, I could be totally way off base, but that was the vibe I got while I was reading it. That author has never heard of foreplay before. If all your book boyfriends fought, who would win? Ooh, I don't even know who my book boyfriends are. It would be easier for me to pick book girlfriends. Most of my book boyfriends were in young adult books, and I feel weird now calling them book boyfriends because like, I'm 23. I'm gonna pick three. Who even are the three? Neville Longbottom. He's been my favorite since I was a little kid. I feel like he's the only like book boyfriend who, if I met him in real life, I would actually want to date him. The others, I like them in their books, but if I met them in real life, I'd probably run away. Maybe Cardan from The Cruel Prince. Ooh, the Stark King from Spinning Silver. He's like grown-up Cardan. So I'm gonna take Cardan out and I'm gonna replace him with the Stark King because that feels more fine. It said boyfriend, but I just can't. I have to add a girl in. I'm gonna pick my ultimate bae, Evelyn Hugo. Okay, so we have Neville Longbottom, the Stark King, and Evelyn Hugo. Interesting. Neville is too much of a hero. He wouldn't like fight them to the death. So I'm gonna say Neville would die first. Between the Stark King and Evelyn Hugo, it's honestly like a toss-up. Like an immortal fae being, Evelyn Hugo, who's to say? But Evelyn probably would win. Current male celebrity crush and current female celebrity crush. I know I said I don't get crushes, but that was a lie. I don't get crushes on real people. I get crushes on celebrities. So my current female celebrity crush is Brie Larson, hands down. And then my current male celebrity crush, crap, I don't know the actor's name, but the guy who plays Rio on Good Girls, I love him. I need to figure out what his name is. This one's 2 questions. How do you read so much? I do nothing else. And any new TV shows on Netflix that you watch? I recently watched Umbrella Academy and didn't like it. I was watching it with my friends and we could not finish it. So it was not good. Most likely reason you'd murder someone. If somebody hurt my dog, I would kill them. FBI, you can come for me. I did it and they deserved it. I don't know why this question really makes me laugh. Someone said, what level of gay are you lately? I don't even know how to answer that question. I would say I like girls that I meet in real life and I like male celebrities, if that makes any bit of sense. Can you do makeup tutorials? No. Guys, I'm not that good at makeup. Do you believe in aliens? Yeah, I do. I really hope that I'm alive when we have alien contact because I want to meet them. What's worse, fast zombies or demonic children? Fast zombies are worse. Demonic children, you can just like, I don't know, they're small, you can push them over, lock them in a closet, I don't know. What's your opinion on booktubers having brands of their favorite book/characters? What is my opinion? I don't know if I'm interpreting this question right, but what I think they mean is like, when a booktuber is known for a particular book or character, I think. That's how I'm interpreting it. It's kind of like a catch-22. I think it's cool to be distinctive enough that like when someone thinks of a book or a character, you're immediately tied to that. But then on the other hand, it like puts you kind of in a box almost, and that's all people want to talk to you about. So I don't know. I'm curious, do I have a brand? I don't even know if I have one. I want a brand. Someone give me a brand. How are you able to stay on top of work, school, reading, writing, friends, and YouTube? I have no idea. None of my friends live near me, so you can take that off. So work, school, reading, writing, YouTube. I'm never like 100% at everything. I feel like you can only pick 2 that you're focusing on at one time, maybe 3. If I'm on top of school and reading, then I'm not filming videos. And if I'm on top of work and YouTube, then I'm not doing school. I don't know if you're looking for advice. I have none. Every time I refresh, more people have asked me if I'm in a relationship. I mean, like, if someone's looking, hit me up. Just kidding, I don't want that. I think that was all the questions that I'm going to answer tonight. Thank you guys for sending me questions. I appreciate it. That's gonna be the end of this vlog. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!